Um, and we can go into my video game characters. Gonna start off with a recent one because I just actually recently beat this game for the second time. Marcus from Watch Dogs 2. I mean, this man is a very, very strong leader when you play throughout the game. Like, as you play through the game, you see like members of his team like can really follow behind him, because like he don't just talk the talk, he definitely like about it. Like, he has no problem being in the front line and getting his hands dirty. And I love that he constantly like he knows how to put his friends and peers first, as well as also looking out for the little guy. I mean, that's the whole goal of this group of hackers, you know, not trying to let these big corporations screw over the little guy that have no fighting chance. So no, their goal is to get in between and disrupt that system. But it's the fact that he like this missions where he's willing to like go out and like even the smallest thing, he would go out and help it. Like, it affects, like, he takes things very personal, I guess, like when someone is getting screwed over in life. But also being a very intelligent person, despite, you know, of course, being a very great hacker, being very resourceful. I mean, I played the game my second time around non-lethal, so the fact that you can bypass like these high stronghold security places without pulling the trigger, it shows how resourceful this man can be with just the power of his technology and his mind. So it's like great to know that we don't need a stereotypical tough black guy to, you know, get what he wanted to overcome his enemies. Like, this man can just use his mind and overcome. Like, even when they went through their downfall in the game, like, they was able to turn that around, and they didn't really have to resort to violence like that. Next would be Lifeline, or AJ Shea from Apex Legends. I mean, that was my first main. I mean, she kind of is my main in Apex Legend. I bought I bought her with, I guess, the Lifeline edition, the physical version for her, as well as I own one of her pops. So she's definitely one of my favorite characters. She's a very great ally. I mean, despite not only for storyline wise she's in the Apex games, I mean, shows that she's willing to go toe to toe with people who are like trained fighters. Like, despite she's, you know, she's a medic person, you know, healing should come first in her nature, but the fact that she has no problem getting her hands dirty into a fight as well shows how strong she is. And just her positive attitude, like, she don't really have any like angry quotes or quips like that. Like, she's always just very upbeat and happy. It's just vibes and energy that you will love, especially when you're in the middle of things in the fight. You need someone to keep things positive for your team, so that's great. As well as for gameplay wise, she's also a very great pick. You can't never go wrong having Lifeline on your team, someone that can heal you, as well as she drops care package that give items that can help your team. So also, no, she's the all around package of offense and support. My next would be CJ, or Carl Johnson from GTA San Andreas. I mean, this man returned home after losing his mother. Then we learned what happened with his brother and how he felt that he was to blame for that, so he ran away from home. So after dealing with knowing that he lost his mom while he wasn't around, it's like he felt like he had a duty to right his wrongs. So coming back to change things in his life and fix his past. It was, that's one journey in itself. But the fact that from the game, like when you start the game, I mean, the cops take your money, you get thrown in the wrong gang territory, all you have is your white beater in the pants, and of course the favorite intro line, here we go again. Man went from that towards the end of the game. I mean, he owns a car garage in San Fierro with his sister, and he has part ownership in the casino with Uzi. He becomes a music manager for Mad Dog, who at the end cutscene, I think he had a gold album at the end, which I mean, pretty sure at the 90s that was huge. I think it was gold, I don't know, it probably went platinum. But the fact that basically he had a successful artist under his name, and then not only that, of course, just maxing out your respect level in the game, of course. And storyline wise, he got the respect of his family, his peers. You saw in the beginning of the game how his brother was just like always dogging him and just being angry with him, to like, respecting his, seeing like how he literally came back and changed everything around for the good. So definitely a great character, and the cause was like some of the best dialogues and voice acting moments from this character. Next, I'm gonna go with Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3. I mean, this man is just a total badass, like a military trained, and got screwed over. Spoiler alert. I mean, it kind of happens in the beginning of the game, but it's what drive the whole game. Play Mafia 3. I definitely recommend playing that. I mean, I haven't played all the Mafias. I'm not gonna say definitely play the Mafia series, but definitely play Mafia 3. I mean, you don't really need to know about the other Mafias. At least I didn't. I mean, I played it just fine. Only thing is that I believe the main character from Mafia 2 he is in the game of Mafia 3, but this takes place like years after that, so he's much older. So it's not a direct sequel, so you don't have to worry about so much about what happened to that character, I guess, after the end of the second game. But yeah, so I mean, man got turned on by this mob boss, watched his family die, was left for dead after he got shot in the head, and was able to survive that, came back with a vengeance. I mean, this man tore everything down, like attacked them from everywhere it hurts before he went directly to the main dude. Like, he wanted to cripple this man, like he wanted him to feel what he felt at that moment, and then ended up taking over the city. And the fact that he did all of this during the time period of the 60s in the South, and you already know, being a person of color in that area as is already just one thing, but at that time period it was already 10 times worse, when KKK is like still very prevalent in the world. So the fact that this man was able to just say, I don't care about none of that, like, I got an agenda, I got a mission, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to handle this. So definitely dope. And last but not least, I'm gonna go with Evelyn. I'm definitely not gonna try to say her full name. I believe it's like French, but from Assassin's Creed Liberation. Sadly, she only got a handheld release in the franchise, which was for the PS Vita. RIP to that console. But also she was the first female assassin lead in the game. I believe there was 2 more after her, if I'm not mistaken. But she was the first one. She plays the role of like being an assassin. Like it's like some superhero stuff. Like she assassin at night, and then next she's fair. I don't know how to say it. Like I want to say a maiden or whatever. Like she's like a very proper girl because she was raised to be that way by her family. So the fact that she was like living this double life, and on one hand she's over here just being a sweet innocent girl, practicing her piano lessons or whatever. The next she's over here freeing slaves and just destroying Templars. She's a very skilled assassin as well. Like of course the game mechanics is based off of the Assassin's Creed 3 engine, which gameplay, fighting, combat wise, is very good. So it definitely shows like her capabilities as a fighter. Also she ended up teaming up with the lead of Assassin's Creed 3, Connor, which to my knowledge that was the first on-screen assassin lead crossover where 2 leads of a game took place in a mission together. To be honest, I don't even recall any other time this has happened. So it might be the only time, maybe, but that's definitely the first time it happened. I know that. So yeah, so there you go with my 5 game characters. I could have named some characters, but I didn't. It would have been a stretch. I named some of them. Like I want to go strictly with like 100% video game characters, not like characters that was from a movie that turned into a video game or something like that. So yeah.